Look, folks, just because you don't understand the universe doesn't mean that there's a God out there. Just because there's natural disasters and the world being chaos doesn't mean there's a God out there. And there's no reason to say, oh God. Why would you say, oh God, if you believe that God created the natural disaster? I know that people are lost because the universe is very complicated to explain. But just think about this little thing. Why would you say, oh God, and mourn when you believe God created everything? You believe, well, God created the natural disaster to happen. Why would you be like, oh God? You know, if God gives you viruses and disease, why would you say, oh God? I know I know nobody can make sense of the universe because it's very complicated. It's an alien realm. It's alien tech. It's very strange. But at least think about this little thing when I'm just telling you. And I see it all the time, you know. Subway, you know. And I had a discussion. Well, the war, the natural disasters, and you know, I'm like, we have to make a difference. And he's like, no, he just want to give up, and pray to God. I'm like, what? If God's creating the natural disasters, why are you going to pray to God? If God's causing the bad things, why are you praying to God? Does that make any sense? You have to really think about this a little thing. I know the universe is very complex, and everybody is trying to understand it. And that's why you have believers, either going to different beliefs, different religions, and then eventually, when they just can't make sense of it, they'll just become atheists. Everybody wants a supreme being up there, and wishing and hoping. But no help will ever come. Just like Sam Harris says, if there's a God, he's either impotent or evil. And there's just really no God, because there's no evidence. More likely there isn't. The only gods you would have is advanced alien species manipulating the universe from the Big Bang and before. And you can consider the aliens the gods. And I can put a claim now, the aliens, that, you know, we found, like I said, you know, molecules, elements, compounds that are not earthly origin. So if the aliens are out there, either they're extinct, they were alive, or they just haven't developed into full aliens. It's got to be one of the three, folks. So it just makes me wonder. He just gave them, like, pray to God. He's like, oh God. People are like, oh God. The asteroid's coming, oh God. Well, if God's making the asteroid coming, why are you saying, oh God? Think about this. We have a long way to go. Long way to go, folks. I mean, a long way to go. If ever will people drop the concept of God. We're in 20% atheist. Maybe when we get to 50, you know. But I just don't understand people. They're like, oh God, oh God. Well, you believe God made the asteroid come. God made the natural disaster. Think, folks. Think. Think about this, what I'm saying. You know, why would God make an asteroid come to hit the Earth? Why would God give viruses and diseases? Why would God cause natural disasters? Think about this. And don't be like, oh God. You're praying to the God that made this stuff happen. You know, think about this. Does that make sense? Of course not. We pray to an imaginary help when no help will come, and the imaginary being, in your belief, made all this happen. You have to think a little, folks. Like I said, the universe is very complex. But at least think about these little things. But like I said, we have a long way to go, folks, till we get to a more rational world. I think if we had a telescope to film a singularity in the cosmos, to actually see, witness it in action, and then see alien beings behind it, and post that on the news, that would be huge. That would be very huge. You know, something like that. So if we can't go to these places, we can't fly to the singularity in space. We need to have a telescope to somehow film aliens there, film a singularity, I don't know, DNA, RNA factor, or film beings out there creating universes, or programming cells and humans and universes. You know, we are getting more and we just don't have enough news coverage of science. You know, we need more news coverage of Earth-like planets. We need more news coverage if we found aliens. We need more news coverage of telescope filming the singularity, factoring, or whatever. We are getting better telescopes, but that's what we need. And I don't know when that is going to happen. And like I said, the news has to post more science coverage. All the science information I get from YouTube. It's just not enough. People are left in the closet. People don't know what's going on. People don't know about gene editing. People don't know about CRISPR. That stuff is not in the news. That's on YouTube. And the more people being ignorant with the fake yawns, you know, Southerners, hate to say it, but it's the Bible Belt. We got a long way to go. We have to put this stuff on the news. And, you know, long way to go. We have to put this stuff on the news. And then I think maybe people can make some sense of it. Even the most crazy, diehard, fanatical religious, if we could film, if it was on the news, like every news channel, a telescope showing the singularity, showing the aliens, no matter if they call them demons, show universes coming, or whatever. That small percentage, major religious fanatical that calls that demons and Lucifer, the majority will make more sense of it. We'll think this more rationally, that, hey, you know, there is aliens out there. There is a technological singularity. There was no God that created the universe. Aliens programming the universes themselves. You could see it right there. Boom. You know, we need something like that, and it needs to be broadcast on the news. And then we can have a more rational world. We're getting the more powerful telescopes, but where is that singularity? That's the question. You know, finding carbon molecules, space is not enough for religious people. You know, they want abiogenesis right there in front of their face. And I know once we even create life, they're going to be like the multiverse. You know, for them they'll never be satisfied. But if we could have a telescope and show what is going on, and show that there's no God behind creating universes and programming cells and programming humans, if that's what happened, then we really got a huge case. And that has to be on all the news. So I know 5 years of technology is going to get advanced. 10 years, maybe 20 years, we'll have a more rational world. That's a long way. 20 years is a long way. So still got a long way to go. But science and tech is the only way for a more rational world, and we got to keep pushing it huge with huge stuff like this. You know, we need to show on the news that and the meteorites and the comets and asteroids is the chemical elements that made DNA, RNA. It's inside there, and it formed through chemical processes and natural means. Abiogenesis is possible. We need to show that on the news. I get all my science from YouTube. Nothing on the news. So the people are ignorant. They're uninformed of what is going on. That's sad. You know. So yes, abiogenesis is possible. You know, because all the elements and compounds come from meteorites to make life. And now that we've actually found elements, compounds, and chemicals out in space that are not terrestrial, that are not from Earth. That stuff has to be on the news. It's not on the news. And that's where the problem lies. And if they would never film it on the news, well, we're going to be, the believers, be left in the dark. And we can not get in a rational world. Something's got to happen, though. That's what needs to happen to be a more rational world. I think I have great confidence that we'll get to a more rational world, no question. It's happened very little. Well, we have still a long way to go. We need to get the science and that tech be posted on news channels, multiple news channels, to make the public informed, because they're not informed. Peace out. On a sad note, the science and tech, futurism, that's going to be great. So looking forward for that. An advancement.